Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Gray, and it's a beautiful day living here in Tullahoma.
Good one, John.
Hi, Peggy.
Good morning. I'm Peggy Burton.
How in the world are you?
I'm good.
Of course
Thank
you are. You're not just good, you're great.
The great thing is to be alive.
Yes, ma'am.
And in Tullahoma.
In Tullahoma,
Not
Steph,
in-
ooh,
not in
all the
Iran
things
or
going
somewhere.
on.
There is so much going on. And
Bonnaroo was this past weekend in
and,
Manchester.
And they lucked out with not much rain.
That's right.
And thank goodness for them, because what a blow to everybody when they get all their tickets and they can't go.
Well, they go in the mud and wet anyway. They don't care. Now, of course, last year they had real water problems where they couldn't even get to the property.
I think they controlled a
they
lot
had
of
to
that.
cancel it, but they fixed all of that. And then we had at First Christian Church across the street our 150th anniversary this weekend, and had some great events, and we filmed some of that, and we'll bring that to you today. 1776 is going to be
Opens
Friday night.
This Friday, yes.
South Jackson Civic Center, and I'm sure Greg will be here today to enlighten us on this more. The watercolor show, the national 159th annual international watercolor exhibition.
That opens when? This week?
It opens held the 19th, June 19th. So that's Friday night as well.
Right.
So you can go by the Art Center probably and check that out, and then go see 1776.
We'll try to find out from Greg
Yeah,
if
we'll
it's
find that
open,
out
because
from
that would be
Greg.
nice if people
So,
came to see that and then do 1776.
And of course, 1776, the great play that I was in, and this will be the third or fourth time it's been done at South Jackson Civic Center.
It's the third.
And everybody needs to see that, because, folks, if you don't remember your history, this will bring you back to realizing that this country shouldn't even exist.
It's amazing.
It was a miracle for them to get done what they got done.
It was a miracle, and they were just, they were intelligent people, but they were just working people and people that wanted freedom and were willing to fight to the finish to get a constitution.
Yep, for sure. And then something else is going on is June 27th, and that'll be the following Saturday. And that will be at 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and that is AEDC 75th Anniversary Open House at Arnold Center, Arnold Air Force Base. And this is an opportunity for a lot of you people who have you've lived here your whole life,
and never been out there.
Never had an opportunity to go out there and go inside.
Right.
And look at all the things that are happening out there.
They expect thousands to roll into here.
Yes, very, very much. And then July the 3rd, of course, is going to be our celebration of our country. And that'll be at McEwen Park, the fireworks show.
I hear the fireworks show is bigger than any in the country almost.
Well, other than Nashville, I think it's the second biggest show in the state.
It's pretty amazing.
So outstanding what happens. And then it's coming. You thought it would be dead by now. You would have thought it had run down the road so far we couldn't catch it. But guess what? South Jackson Goes Country for the 47th year is going to be
that is pretty
August
amazing.
the 7th through the 9th.
Who would have thought?
47 years, Peggy Burton.
That's
You
a
were
long time.
2 years old when that thing first started.
Right.
How
I
did
was
you
barely
direct
out of
that with
diapers.
2-year-old? Huh?
I had not been here long when we started that. It has been a day.
It's been a day.
We have some great acts this year. A lot of new people, and I talked to Amy Beckstead, the director, and she's excited about so many new people that want to be on our stage.
Oh yeah. Well, that stage now, it people have been in there from Nashville, from all over the world have been on that stage. It's the best small stage theater in the state of Tennessee, voted
I know.
the best small theater stage in the
Middle-
state of Tennessee.
In the state of Tennessee, that's quite an honor.
That's a great honor.
It
Thank
is.
you,
It's
Greg
a great-
Russell.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
everybody for 47 years, because what's happening now couldn't be happening unless for 47 years there were people like Peggy Burton fighting and clawing to get to the next,
was a great
get to the
group.
next day.
Every one of them were so motivated to bring the arts to fruition in
And in
Tullahoma.
different ways. You know, the ones
Yeah.
who have been chairman of the board or managers of the facility have all been different in their own way,
Their
but
own
yet
way.
they all fought for the same thing, to keep the doors open.
Exactly, and when you lose that vision, then you lose everything.
Right.
And we've been lucky to have great people on the boards and people that cared and loved the arts and will crawl on their hands and knees for nothing.
And
to
work
hammer
for
a
nothing.
floor in.
And
I
work
know,
for
that's what I
nothing.
mean.
Go down there, I can remember when we went to the barns outside of Franklin and got the seats from the Tennessee Theater, and they had fowl crap and owl crap and
Ouch.
owl crap and pigeon stuff all over them for being in those barns, and we loaded them up on trucks and brought them to Tullahoma
I know,
and
and
had to clean them and wash out every
probably
nut and bolt.
Sprayed them down with
Sprayed 'em down.
with a hose, yeah.
Put them in there, and guess what? They stayed in there for what? When did we change them out?
It,
Last year?
Well, it's been at
2
least
years now?
2 years now, or maybe
So that
going on 3.
45 years, those chairs were in that
Yeah.
auditorium.
There's been a tremendous renovation,
Yes.
and for which I'm very proud, and we're all dedicated to still growing more.
Yep.
I mean, there's a line of people behind us, new people, and they're willing to work,
They're coming.
they're coming.
They're coming because they know that there's
Oh,
a
well,
place
if
there.
you build it, they'll come.
To the
right.
little to the little Ryman. The
Yeah.
greatest sound, one of the greatest little theaters of sound in that room is incredible.
It's the acoustics are
Beautifully
incredible.
incredible.
And a lot of things happen there that are acoustic.
Right.
And that's nice.
Oh, it's wonderful. We had the jazz show recently, and that group that came in last year came in again this year, and the piano player, now the lady, Miss Harris, is an incredible singer.
She is. She's
There's no doubt about that. But she had a piano player, a stand-up bass player, and a drummer,
right.
and a saxophone player.
One saxophone. That's all.
The piano player was one of the best piano players I've heard in I don't know when.
And we have, some fantastic piano players
We
in
do.
this town.
We do.
We do.
But that guy was just something incredible.
He was.
He was incredible. Sax player was incredible. They were all very, very good. So it happens there.
It happens. And we're having another big one next year on the 30th of April.
There you go. And it's always on International Jazz Night,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Unless somebody
Now,
changes
You can't do any of this
without.
without what I'm getting ready to talk about.
All right, let's hear it.
I have measured out my life in coffee spoons and morning pots brewed day after day, until the years of sugared sweetness have caused my feet to swell and tingle in the most uncomfortable way. Those shoes and belt are both too tight, and they pose impending doom. I can't bear to start the day without the smell of coffee in the room.
I can't either. I mean,
You
that's
gotta
the
have a
truth.
little shot of
That's
coffee
the
before you
truth.
make all these wonderful things happen. Let's see, what's this next one here? Oh, this is for everybody out there trying to survive right now. Food, every price is going up and this is going down, and the people with money are trying to outdo each other and to find out whether they can make another buck out of everything.
Right.
Gas is insane, then it's going down, then it goes up. Fight a war. Make some bullets.
Make some bullets.
Make some bullets. You know, make money. Those who don the mantle of leadership, to those who don the mantle of leadership, be careful how you ascend over others' less than successful deeds done with honorable intent. As you march past them on the path they created, be respectful of the positive results they left for you to build upon. If not, when the crushing weight of the next agenda's footsteps collapses your campaign to personal success, then the dreams of the powerful for all the wrong reasons. Remember that kindness is king when true need is at stake.
That's very good. That's true.
So in other words,
Be kind.
don't stomp on the guy who was there before you.
Exactly.
Because guess what? They'll be one stomping on you before it's all over with, and it don't feel very good.
You're right.
So be kind.
You don't get out easy.
Love is king. This weekend's Father's Day.
That's right, and you're a father.
And I'm a father.
I miss my father.
You don't hear a whole lot about Father's Day. You hear a whole lot about Mother's Day on advertisements and all that stuff, but you really don't hear much about Father's Day.
Fathers are often tired.
Often tired. Father. My dad was a good father, but at times a tough man whose rule was difficult to live under. He was a farm boy turned World War II pilot. He was a regimented, straight by the book, hard ass that made sure all the boxes were checked and the paperwork properly stored before his softer side would sneak out for a moment or two. He loved us all and saw that we had all required for success in whatever we attempted. Dad was a tough cookie who loved animals and a good practical joke. On numerous occasions, his advice would be, always pay attention to small animals and children. Life was interesting around my dad. I had great respect for my dad. Even if I was upset or mad at him, I never spoke of him or to him with disrespect. Yes, he was a human and made mistakes, but he always owned them in an honorable fashion. That's the word I've been looking for, honorable. My dad lived his life with honor, and what person is not to be respected for that? I loved my dad. I know he loved me. Thanks, Dad.
That make me cry. That's beautiful. I love my dad too.
And now, if this happens, here's how you handle it.
Oh, okay.
If you catch a falling star, handle it with care. Watch out for sharp edges and broken corners here and there. Fresh wounds may still be open, so stardust might stain the gloom where the brilliance of starlight once filled the room. The energy a star requires is not easily replaced. It must be found by the ones who can look back and recall the creative light that filled the night before the fall. The keepers of dreams' random doors that hold shining pathways to the glory there before, like a master chef's entree delivered a la carte. Then, my friend, you lead the end back to the start. So if there's a falling star and you're standing there, catch it in your finest gloves and handle it with care.
Very nice.
With that said, We'll be back with the rest of the show.
This place, where you grew up, where your memories were made, and where your dreams were born, where your neighbors stop to say hello, and where you're always welcome to stay a while, where your Fridays are spent under the lights, and where Saturdays are made for the water, where you can feel good about a hard day's work and take pride in a job well done, where small business makes a big impact, and home is always a sight for sore eyes. And where the best things in life, well, the best things in life are the little things. Tullahoma Utilities Authority, power in community.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
For over 40 years, family-owned Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration is the name you can trust for residential and commercial HVAC installation, maintenance, and repair. As we transition to our next generation of leadership, the Stroop team is committed to providing your indoor comfort needs. We at Stroop's emphasize excellence in everything we do with certified technicians, 24/7 emergency service, and free estimates. Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Welcome back. I'm always glad to have Mr. Greg Gressel, the chairman of South Jackson Performing Arts Center, with me. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, dear.
How
are
you been?
I'm good.
Good. You haven't been busy, I know.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all.
Seems like you're working on a play.
We are. We are. Day and night, it seems like. Early mornings and late nights. But 1776, the musical will open this weekend at South Jackson Performing Arts.
A fantastic performance.
It is. I love the music so much. I said, you know, I've never directed the same show twice in almost 30 years now of theater and directing and stuff, and I've never directed
But it's
the
so
same
appropriate
show.
to bring
But
it
this
back.
one, I have directed twice, and I said if I get the opportunity to ever do anything with it again, I want to orchestra. I want to direct the orchestra because I love the music of the show.
But we do have live music this time,
We
and
do?
I think that's fabulous too. And the fact that you've found a place for them to be.
Yep, I love it. Anytime we can, I want live instrumentation on the stage during productions. So, but it does take a lot financially to do that. And
Absolutely.
So when I'm out there and I'm trying to get you to help us support live music and orchestra stuff, you'll know why. Because I'm
hoping people
passionate
will
to do
bring
that.
their children to this.
It's
because of
great.
great
It's very
education.
educational, and just a lot of fun. These thespians have put in tremendous amount of time
I
and
know they
effort
have.
and energy.
It's a big cast, right?
It's a huge
I've
cast.
forgotten
It's
how many.
26.
26.
And the thing about it is for, I don't know, 80% of the show, all of them are on the stage
At the same time.
At the same time, interacting with each other.
Bantering back and forth, and that's not easy.
Yeah, I jokingly said this 10 years ago when I did this show, and I'm serious. It's one thing to cast 12 angry men. It's another thing to cast 26 angry men.
26 angry men, yeah.
So
Good line.
But I will tell you, some of the best actors you're going to see on a stage anywhere around here will be on that stage for this production. These people are top notch, and I've gone a couple places, and I'm always going. If I'm out of town, you see me posting. I went to this show, went to that show. I'm looking for community theater, professional theater options to do things, and I've sat back in the last 2 or 3 months at a few shows that I've gone outside of our region and our area, and I am just blown away at the talent we have in Tullahoma, that the talent in this region that we can actually bring to a stage.
I agree with you, and I have to say you've grown a lot of it.
Well, it's there, and you've got to give them the opportunity
and they're taking up on it, and some of them will walk right out of one event right into another.
Right.
And I think that's just do we need to show this video right now?
I think we've got a little clip of it that they might get ready to show. We did a little guest appearance at
the dock.
At the dock for the 150th anniversary of First Christian Church, and they had invited us, and we did a couple of little vignettes to kind of give people a little taste. Not a lot of microphones, but
there we go.
It's a masterpiece, I say. They will cheer every word, every letter. I wish I felt that way. I believe I can put it better. Attend as friend to friend, our declaration committee. For us I see immortality in Philadelphia city. A father, a lawyer, and a sage, public gouty in the leg. It's quite bizarre to think that here we are, playing midwife, stool, and egg. Egg? What egg? America, the birth of a new nation. If only we could be sure what bird it's going to be. Tom's going to point. What sort of bird should we choose as the symbol of our new America? The eagle. The dove. The turkey.
I'm sorry about the sound.
Well, it was just, I think it was just
Food
someone
trucks.
there was food trucks behind them, and they weren't completely mic'd either.
Costumes
It's just
were great.
a little stuff. But
Yeah.
those are 3 of our main characters. Curtis Heiss as John Adams, William Collier as Benjamin Franklin, and Nicholas Gressel as Thomas Jefferson. So they will entertain you throughout the show,
I'm sure.
without a doubt. They have the 3 have kind of gelled, and they have an incredible chemistry together on stage. So
And I encourage you to get your tickets if you don't have them, because they're selling fast.
yes, please get your tickets, and it is open this weekend, the 19th through the 21st, and then next weekend, the 26th through the 28th. And you see the ticket information there on the screen, and you can also call 931-455-5321. And that will, if you don't want to deal with any of the online stuff, they'll take care of you in the office.
Am I right that online you can get tickets all the way up to what time on
2 hours
Friday?
before the show opens. We have to shut the online system down so that we can open up live.
And then
1
when you
hour.
open up live, the tickets go up a couple of dollars. Am I right?
Yes, it goes up a few dollars, convenience
So you-
fee and stuff. So
You save a little if you get your
save a
tickets.
little, get your tickets in advance. That's always a good thing.
You can go
But there'll be
online.
tickets available at the door as well, and that'll
Right.
open up an hour beforehand.
And I'm assuming we have concessions at
Oh,
intermission. And
Everything you can imagine. The bar will have a lot of 1776 specialty drinks. There will be specialty items in the concession stand. There will be specialty items in the gift shop. Some 1776 memorabilia, and
That's wonderful.
And the place is being decorated. I don't know if it's appropriate to say on television, but By Friday, it will look as if the 4th of July threw up on
That
South Jackson.
I'm excited. I wanted to go. I don't always go to the opening because
Right.
I always can't drive at night by myself, and I'm going to this opening because
It's-
Shannon happens to be off, and she'll be taking me. So
It's going to be an incredible night and an incredible weekend. You know, this is our city's outside of the 4th of July celebrations, which will
Right.
be on July 3rd with our fireworks. This is our biggest event for the America
It's
250.
huge.
It's huge. People will be coming from all over the area and the region, and so we don't want our hometown people to miss out on the opportunity either. So that's why we say get your tickets in advance, and so you can make sure you're sitting where you want to sit and see what you want to see. But come and be a part of that. You know, a lot of people don't get out for things like outdoor events like the fireworks and
Right.
stuff, but this is something that everybody can come
we're
to.
closed in, and it's air conditioned, and you can
Very well air
relax and-
conditioned. So it'll be a great weekend and a great event to celebrate the America 250, and it's the 2 weekends leading up to the 4th of July.
And
So
then the watercolor event is the next day.
the next day, the American Watercolor Exhibit, International Exhibit, the 159th annual. That's a lot of years.
How long does it stay on? Do we have it?
We have it for 2 months. And so it will open on the 20th. The next day, that's Saturday, opens at 10. The reception will begin at 11, and everyone's invited to be a part of the reception if you come in during that time. But we have the American Watercolor Exhibit. It will be in our upstairs galleries. It has left New York City and came here to
Isn't that
Tullahoma.
amazing that we got this in the first place?
Yes,
This is
yes.
Tullahoma, 20,000 people.
It's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting, and we're looking at securing it for the future as well. So I'm excited about this event and to have it back. The American Watercolor, the 250th anniversary of the country, you know, all of that, and it'll leave here, and I think we send it to Lincoln, Nebraska. So.
Right.
But I'm so excited to have it here, and we're actually going to have an exhibit in the downstairs galleries during the same time. So you get a 2-for-1 type deal. The entire
Right, our local
center.
artists or regional artists.
All of our local and regional artists have submitted submissions, and they're all water-based. They're either watercolor or acrylic or any kind of, because the Watercolor Society also allows any other water-based pieces as well. And so we did the same, and this is all Tennessee Americana. It's called the Tennessee Americana exhibit.
I'm so proud. It really makes me feel good to live in a town that supports these kind of events.
Yes, and there's, I don't know an exact number, but between 45 and 55, 60, maybe even 70, somewhere between 50 and 70 submissions that were
Wow.
chosen in
our region.
in our region for the Tennessee Americana exhibit.
That's a big deal.
It's a really big deal.
And it's
Lots of great artists.
It will be beautiful, and you'll be. I guess you could bring your checkbook if you wanted to buy a piece of art. Will it be for sale?
There
I think
is
so.
large pieces, large amounts that will be for sale in the American Watercolor exhibit as well as the Tennessee Americana.
Great.
You can buy many of them. There'll be a few that have already sold in the watercolor exhibit because it was in New York City for 2 months, and but then all the rest of them I think are for sale. There's only a few that aren't for sale, and the same with the Tennessee Americana. There's a couple that aren't for sale, but for the most part, they're for sale.
So don't just sit home this weekend.
Right.
There's something going on
There's
almost every minute.
plenty to do.
And I'm sure there's other things that we don't even have time to know about.
Yes. Now, admission for the watercolor exhibit is $5, and you can just purchase that at the door. It's $5 a person to come in, and you get both exhibits, everything that we have to offer. It's is really priced so you can just bring the whole family. Everybody can come, and so we want you to come.
I was going to remind people that you do come in the front door.
Yes, and the side door will have a little
Sign on
chain
it.
across its sign pointing people to the front door. That
Just
way,
back in the old days, people used to always go in that way.
in that side porch area, yeah. But we're going to go in the front door, and that's all handicap accessible, and then that makes the whole piece handicap accessible as well. Because once you go up the ramp there, which is ADA You know, you can get into anything. You can get on the elevator, go up to the upstairs galleries. The downstairs galleries will also be wide open and available for all.
When do you take a breath, Greg?
Not much recently, but I'm going to in July. How's
Good.
that? I'm going to take some
Are you leaving
breaths
the country?
I'm leaving the country. Yeah. Well, I got to wait and celebrate the 250, and then I'm going to have a little fun and relaxation with the family. Yesterday was my 30th wedding anniversary.
Wow!
So,
congratulations.
So we're going to go celebrate.
30 years. That's
yes,
fabulous.
Yes. So.
Your wife has put up with you, rain or shine.
She most definitely.
I know you're not there
have.
very much.
Yes, and with this me directing 1776, it's not just that we're doing it at South Jackson, but I'm actually directing it.
And
I
that's
told
a
her,
big
I said,
deal.
I hope to be home before midnight last night, and I was home before midnight, so that was a good thing.
And I know this is just every day this week is important because you're leading to the opening, and sometimes you can't rest. There's just no way.
Right. There is another piece with happening with the Fine Arts Center that I want to let everybody know about, and you will start seeing publicity on it, and that is our Liberty Tree mosaic mural. We have all of the tiles ready for distribution, and what it will be is we'll have artists, we'll have organizations and groups that will take 1 or 2 or 4 tiles, and they're like ceramic tiles, like it's in your bathroom. Size, it's about that size, and these ceramic tiles, you have instruction on how to do it or what to put on it, and there's certain colors that you're supposed to use, and all of those colors are provided in the kit. The paintbrushes are provided in the kit.
Where do they pick all this up?
They're going to pick it up probably from the South Jackson Performing Arts Center office.
Okay.
And but they're not quite. I mean, they're almost ready. We'll release when that's going to happen, but it's going to be in the next couple of days. We might wait, try to get past this weekend, and then start releasing that. And they're due back in late August. All the tiles need to come back to us. We'll have some workshops where people can come to the Fine Arts Center and paint tiles right there in the workshops. It's free. There's no cost to this, and we're trying to involve the entire community in this. I mean, artists from all over and all around the region.
Did an artist set this up? Figure this out?
This is
decide the colors.
Yes, we received this from an organization that do these mosaic murals all over the country, and their artists put the whole thing together, and their artists actually painted portions of the tree.
And where will that hang?
That's going to hang at the Fine Arts Center on the lanai, the back porch area. There's a gorgeous spot there for it, and it's going to be its permanent home.
I think that's beautiful, yeah.
And it's the Liberty Tree, and it's part of our America 250. And we plan to do our ribbon cutting for that on Constitution Day in September.
It's
September
a good
17th.
way to get many artists involved in creating something together.
Yes, so whether you're a hobby artist or you're a serious artist, we have an opportunity for you to be involved in something that's going to be huge for the entire community.
I just love it. I think it's and who is the company? Oh, it doesn't matter who the company is, but I just wonder.
I cannot pull that out of my head at this moment, but it is a national company that does this all over the country.
I was just thinking what a great idea that was.
It was a great idea, and so we're excited about that. Check out southjackson.org for auditions. We just wrapped up country auditions. We have upcoming auditions for Inherit the Wind's already done. It's already done. They're already in rehearsals. And Mary Poppins already in rehearsals. But we do have coming up Company by Stephen Sondheim, the company, and also Arsenic and Old Lace. So auditions for those 2 pieces will be happening in July. So check it out.
And I just wanted to throw. Oh, are we through? I wanted to throw out that Darren Knott with Southern Mama is coming after country, just
August
after
15th.
country. Greg, thanks.
Thank you, dear.
Go back to work.
We'll do it.
We'll be back.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
For over 40 years, family-owned Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration is the name you can trust for residential and commercial HVAC installation, maintenance, and repair. As we transition to our next generation of leadership, the Stroop team is committed to providing your indoor comfort needs. We at Stroop's emphasize excellence in everything we do with certified technicians, 24/7 emergency service, and free estimates. Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company.
Gracie and Pedro might not get along so well.
They're standing on my tail.
But there's one thing they agree on. There's a right seat for everyone.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Whether you're a dog,
Hold on, Pooch.
a cat, a fish, or a rat.
And I'm a ferret.
Be sure to travel safe.
How can you be so sure? I'm absolutely positive.
On your next adventure, make sure your children are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
This next set will be fun. We have interviews with Philip, David, and Andrew from Bonnaroo. Take it away.
It's Bonnaroo 2026, and I'm speaking with Liz from Headcount. Liz, so good to see you again. How's your Bonnaroo?
So far, my Bonnaroo has been absolutely fantastic. We've had a great first 2 days, and we're at the halfway point, so can't wait for another 2 fantastic days to go through.
Absolutely. Well, if you don't mind, tell our viewers all about Headcount.
Yeah, so Headcount is a nonpartisan, nonprofit voter registration organization. We go to concerts, music festivals, and community events around the country and just help folks make sure that they're registered to vote and give them election information for wherever they are voting around the country. I'm team leading this festival, but I'm actually from DC. We are a nationwide org, so we have people on our team here from Kentucky, Virginia, Florida. I think we have a Californian on the team, although now I'm blanking on all the states we've represented. But we're all around the country, and so we're just trying to get folks out to vote. Yeah.
That's right, nationwide. And of course, it is midterm elections are upcoming. But as we were discussing, everybody kind of stresses presidential election, midterm elections. Every election matters, no matter what it is.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, definitely the presidential, the big midterm stuff definitely gets a lot of attention, but every little election in your town, from ballot initiatives to council members, have an impact on you, because the more local you get, the more it's going to impact you directly. So, yeah, it's every year is a major year for elections, whether you know it or not.
That's right, absolutely. So, yeah, make sure to get registered, get out there and vote. If you're interested in Headcount, where can somebody contact you guys or get some more info?
Yeah, so we're on all the social medias, but best way to reach us is just our website, which is headcount.org. We are fully volunteer run, so I'm in a volunteer role. We have volunteers who register voters at all these shows. So if you ever want to go to a concert, register some voters, and then see some cool music for free, check us out, headcount.org.
How can you beat that? You can't beat that. That's excellent. Liz, great to see you again, and hope you have another successful year out here.
Happy Roo!
Happy Roo!
Hey, I'm here with Michelle with Athletic Brewing at Bonnaroo 2026. I think it's their second year at Bonnaroo. And how's it going so far?
Oh, it's great. Bonnaroo is such a fun and amazing atmosphere. We're really thrilled to be back. Our experience got cut a little short last year, so we're hoping to stay longer this time around.
Absolutely. And yeah, we got to see you guys last year, and that's about all we got to see. It was immediately.
Yeah, it was a wild day last year.
Every concert and festival I've been to since I met you last year, I've seen athletics. That's a good sign for you all.
Well, thank you so much. That's awesome. We I don't know if you guys remember from last year, but we updated our booth a little bit. So now we get to bring forward some of our brand personality. And one of the things that's nearest and dearest to our heart as a company is our Two for the Trails program, where we donate up to $2 million annually to different outdoor organizations that are, you know, making our outdoor spaces great for people for generations to come. And so if you'll see, we have like a trailhead theme this year. So it's a really nice way to tie that in and bring that to life at Bonnaroo.
That's so awesome. Righteous. That's really great. Giving back to the parks, you know, a good cause.
Yeah, we've done it since we first started, and this year we will reach over $10 million in total donations since we started the program. So
That's incredible. That's awesome. I love that. Anything you'd like to share about athletic in general, or any more experiences with the company?
Sure. So, Athletic Brewing Company, what we make is non-alcoholic beer. We try to have all the variety you would expect of any brewery, but all the styles we brew are NA, which is really exciting because we get to bring so much flavor variety to the non-alcoholic category. And our festival theme, like Pacer, Chaser, Replacer, there's a time and place for any of the beverages you want to enjoy, and we help you stay in the moment. So with us, this is our second year doing music festivals as part of our brand strategy, and we're really excited to be out here. They've been so much fun. Music goers have been so receptive to having non-alcoholic beer as an option, and we're just thrilled to be here. This is a magical, amazing festival, and like I said, I'm really hoping we get to hang around longer this year than we did last year. So yeah.
I know the NA's more popular than ever right now, and it's a great option, and so good to have, you know, options at the festival, not just in years past there might have not been as many options for people with Soberoo and such.
Yeah, so non-alcoholic beer is a growing category. We've continued to be, for the last 6 or 7 years, we've continued to grow as a category, while all of the other parts of the overall beer business have had their ups and downs. So it's been really fun to see so many people embrace moderation and allowing non-alcoholic beer to have a bigger space in just every world, but especially the music festival world. We're fit for all times, right? That's what we like to say.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. It's so good to see you here again. I hope you enjoy your weekend at Bonnaroo, and we get to experience the full 4 days this year.
Yeah.
And have an awesome weekend. Happy Roo.
Thank you. Happy Roo to everybody. We're so excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're here with Callum with Third Eye Pine Cones, Bonnaroo 2026, and he's going to tell us a little more about his wares here.
Yeah, so we've been out here with Third Eye Pine Cones to Bonnaroo for, I don't know, since the very beginning of Bonnaroo. So we love to come out to this festival. We make this beautiful handmade jewelry from the densest pine cone in the world. We bring them out and sell them at all the big festivals, but Bonnaroo is definitely one of our favorites. It's an amazing production out here, and just like community built around this festival is beautiful. We love to come out here and enjoy it with all the folks.
So happy to have you back at Bonnaroo, and hope you have a great time. And where can people find you? Do you have an online presence, or where can people see you online?
Yeah, absolutely. Facebook and Instagram, Third Eye Pine Cones, and thirdeyeppinecones.com, the one and only. You can follow us there and shop online. We ship all over the country.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great room.
I'm speaking now with Molly, who is with To Write Love on Her Arms, which is a fantastic organization. And Molly, thank you for talking to us. Tell our viewers what your organization's about.
Yeah, so To Write Love on Her Arms is actually a mental health nonprofit, and we exist to find hope and bring help to people struggling with different mental health struggles, so things like depression, addiction, self-harm, and suicide. We do that through a variety of ways. One of our main ways is we love being at events like Bonnaroo. We do a lot of other events throughout the year. We do things like going to Electric Forest, Warped Tour in Washington, D.C. We love engaging with people at festivals. It's just such a unique group of people, and being able to supply them with the resources that they need, especially low-cost and free resources. We have a Find Help tool that's actually a database that people can enter their zip code, and it will connect them with resources that they can afford, which is really important. So we're trying to create access. I feel like that's something that's really important. Mental health is something that's so crucial, and a lot of people just don't have the funds or know where to start. And so that's something that's really important for us. But what we're doing at the booth right now specifically is we're initiating a conversation. So what that looks like is inviting people to think of someone in their life, whether it's a friend or a family member or a future version of themselves, and saying, hey, what's something you wish you could share with that person? And we try to ask them to write something kind or encouraging. And I feel like this is the best of people at this booth, because you see the kind things that people want to share with others. Strangers, people they've never met. And then there's always people that are brought to tears by being at this booth because of their own personal experiences, but also the things they read, and just they end up taking one with them, and hopefully they keep it after Bonnaroo ends. And it's kind of just a little personal reminder of the festival and just the fact that there's people out there that care about you, even when you feel completely alone. So that's an overview of what we're kind of doing here.
That is wonderful. I love the positivity of it. I love it. It's
positivity.
Yeah. Yeah, and thank you so much for what you guys do. It is very important,
We love being here.
very crucial in this day and age and everything. If anyone would like any more information, is there a website or anything you'd like to plug?
Yes, we do have a website. It's twloha.org. That's our little abbreviation to Loha. It's a little bit long, our name. But they could also stop by the booth. We have a QR code that can scan, and yeah, we're pretty much all online. So yeah.
Well, Molly, thank you for what you do. Really appreciate. Great to meet you, and happy Roo.
Happy Roo.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books, which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me in life care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
Parkview Senior Living, active, independent senior living at its finest.
Do you love sports? Then you should know about STEM. Because maximizing nutrition, analyzing peak muscle performance, calculating the perfect shot, and more are all made possible by science, technology, engineering, and math. In fact, there are more careers than ever in sports science. So if you have a passion for sports, then think about getting involved in STEM and improve everyone's game on and off the field. Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and last night we had a planning commission meeting here in Tullahoma, and one of the things that was discussed is the annexation of a piece of property that is on the Manchester Highway close to the county industrial park out there. It might be touching it, I don't know for sure. But the thing about it is the owner has come and asked to be at that piece of property, I think it's 80 some odd acres, that it be annexed into the city of Tullahoma because it has no utilities on the property at all, and the owner would like to see Tullahoma Utilities Board and Light Tube come into that property instead of having the Manchester get that property and annex in it and have it be whoever runs the county stuff over there. And we would like to see it be Tullahoma, or the owner would like to see it be Tullahoma. The only way you can get annexation of property in the county now is whoever owns it, or the neighborhood, the people who live there already have to request that you do that. So what we'll do right now is show you the discussion from last night's planning commission, where I think the board decided to pass that and send it on to the mayor and the board, the city board, to check out. So let's watch that.
Item D4, Allen Howard annexation request. Request for the Planning Commission to provide a recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen regarding the annexation of 2 parcels along New Manchester Highway. Would the applicant please come forward?
This is a pretty good sized piece of property that I've owned for a while. It's next to the industrial park. It could be housing very easily. It could either perk, or it could we could perk it, or we could pull sewer there. It's probably a couple miles pull sewer. The main reason I'm doing this is to give the city of Tullahoma an opportunity to annex that. It's my understanding after September of this year that if you have a utility company existing in an area and then you annex it, then after September you will not be able to pull, in other words, TUA will not be able to pull into that area. And that's the main reason I want to do this now, is if Tullahoma wants the opportunity to have that land with TUA, they won't ever get it again. And it could be used for housing, to pull from the Manchester Murfreesboro area easier or better than pulling to Tullahoma. It has, of course, it's a 4-lane road. There's a lot of infrastructure to put in before development ever would be started there. You've got to have the lanes on the highway, what you call them, to speed up for slow down. I mean, there's a lot of infrastructure to put in there before development would ever start. But it's basically an opportunity if Tullahoma ever wanted that land in the city limits, that they could get it now, but this would probably be the last time. Otherwise, TUA would never be able to pull into that area.
So I saw a note from TUA about, watching out for that. I still don't understand all the issues. Steve, do you know the details of that new law?
No, I don't.
TUA sent out a notice the other day, exactly what he's saying about if you plan to do anything that would require an annexation, talk to us soon and figure that out.
I don't see immediate plans. Of course, I'm 74 years old and I might not ever get there to start with, but I don't have an immediate plan for that land.
Yeah.
But it could be done.
That's something, Samuel, if you don't mind, let's find out so we can brief everybody in the next meeting on what that law change was. Because
from my understanding in my research and speaking with TUA, what that law does is if Manchester Water, Manchester Sewer were to begin serving that property and it was still unincorporated, if it were to try to annex into the city of Tullahoma, those utilities could not be abandoned and switched over to Tullahoma Utilities Authority.
What's driving that law?
I'm not sure what specifically is driving that law. I think it's utility companies not wanting to invest in infrastructure and then have the property go into another municipality. This is sort of a preemptive annexation. From my understanding and discussions with the applicant, there's no intent to immediately develop it. As he stated, and in my discussions with TUA, it would be quite expensive and expansive to run the water and the sewer lines out to this property where it lies. However, the annexation is to prevent Manchester Utilities from reaching this property first and servicing it, at which point, even if it tried to annex, it would still have its utilities provided by Manchester, which would make things quite difficult with our plan of services in looking at annexing this property.
Right now, you have Manchester Sewer just across the creek, and that's also maybe accessible through the industrial park that adjoins this property. But I don't know with Manchester's situation whether they want any more sewer right now or not.
That's true.
I don't see a map, so I'm assuming it's next to the joint industrial
It
park.
is.
Where exactly is it located around?
Between the industrial park and Crumpton Creek, you know, where you drop over the hill there and you go across the creek. It's the last leg of your UGB area.
Yeah. Crumpton Creek's kind of the dividing line between
Yes.
Manchester and Tullahoma on the highway.
And it adjoins to 55.
Yes.
How many acres is it?
I think 130, maybe.
Let's move on to staff comments and see what Mr. Luthi has to say before we go any farther.
Yep. I had reviewed the annexation request and discussed it. Part of the requirements that the state has for us for annexation, we can do two different types of annexation. We can do a contiguous annexation, which is where the property is contiguous with city boundaries and city property, city limits, or where it is not contiguous with the city limits. When I initially reviewed this application, it is quite far north. However, the city does annex and does have property running down Highway 55. Because of that, this property is contiguous with the existing city limits of the city of Tullahoma. In reviewing the plan of services, ultimately the primary expense for those services would be water, sewer, and electric, which getting those services out there would be the responsibility of the applicant. The detriment to the city to annexing these properties is little to none. There's no residences there currently. It wouldn't add much increased load to our fire or police department. And the utility services, if they are to be provided, would have to be extended out there by the applicant. So realistically, when reviewing this with the other utility and service providers, I did not see a reason not to entertain this request for annexation.
So, I'm sorry, I didn't read through the agenda package because I forgot to carry my thing with me today, but under what zoning would it come in as currently?
This would come under our R1 zone.
Okay, is that your request, Mr. Howard?
Well, it's actually not, but that's what would probably be the easiest and probably the cheapest on the tax frame. I would like to see it commercial or maybe part of it commercial later on, and which could be done later.
I didn't know if it was undeveloped, whether you might want it as agriculture. That's why I was asking. So.
Well, I do farm it. Yes.
But we don't have a requirement on the zoning, do we? I mean, we got a default, but do we?
Default's R1.
The default's R1, but can the applicant request the kind they want?
The applicant can request a different designation, just the default is R1.
Okay.
So if a specific zone is not requested, it defaults under R1.
So you're okay with that, Mr. Howard?
I am. I'm really not 100% sure what will be done
Sure.
with the land. So I would think R1 would be fine right now
Yeah.
at this point.
All right. I mean, just speaking as the mayor with thoughts towards economic development, good roadside frontage for retail and business is at a premium, and so if we get some more of it, it would not hurt our economic development prospects.
It's my understanding, and I think I was on the county planning commission when this was done. We moved all those lines back to 500 feet.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think is right.
Yeah.
I have a map of this property from the county tax map.
Yes, sir.
And I'll show it to the chairman and pass it around. Unfortunately, I didn't make the one. I thought that Mr. Luthi might have had that. Their parcels number 5804 and 57. They're circled in yellow there.
Okay.
There's a lot of road frontage on the highway, and I thought you might want to see that before you voted on this.
Yeah, there's probably
I'll pass it around
half
to the
mile
other
to
side.
3/4 of a mile.
Yeah. Yeah, you may not, some of you may not, it belonged to the Dietz family, and it was a tree farm for a long time, and all the trees have been removed from that property. Now, Mr. Howard, I do say you're farming it now.
So there's some cool little parcels in the middle there, but, all right.
Side.
Do we have any other discussions on this agenda item?
I don't.
I don't think that, we didn't even get to a motion in a second, actually.
Not yet, no, sorry.
So we moved on from staff comment, so why don't we go ahead and get a motion in a second?
I'm gonna let somebody else make the motion, because I'll be voting on it as.
How do we feel about this?
Well, let's make a motion and then we can deliberate after.
I'll make the motion.
Motion from Shinobia. You have a second?
Somebody better say. I was just trying to.
Mr. Klein?
Yeah, all right, that's fine. He's got it.
All right, discussion.
I'm personally in favor of it because it's gonna broaden some direct access to Highway 55, which could be pretty valuable in the future. It's not gonna cost us anything immediately in terms of fire and police coverage because there isn't anything out there. There's no real expense to the city to acquiring it inside city limits. And Mr. Howard's gonna make a decision at some point what he wants to do with it. He'll be back here before us. And, you know, TUA has already run into issues with expanding light tube services because the state law is trying to keep us, and that allows them to get down that highway a little more and have access to be able to provide light tube services to anything that does get developed out there that wouldn't exist before as well. And it would actually give us better access towards the industrial park as well. I'm not sure how that, where does that stand? Do you remember Jeff? Is Jeff still here? No. Do you remember, does light tube, or light tube next to you? Do y'all have access, do y'all provide service to the industrial park now? Yeah. That's what I thought, so, and that just maybe it stops at city limits because they're limited by the state law, so I just don't see it having a lot of cost, and it may have some good benefits for us in the future. That's my opinion.
And you said it would be on the developer to increase those, the civil part of it, correct?
Yes, in my speakings with TUA, both for water service and sewer service and electric service, the developer will be responsible for obtaining the necessary water service and be required to pay for all expansions and extensions to existing water services in the area. So that is not, TUA is not going to foot the bill. They'll run the water out there, but it would be up to the developer to pay for that, to be expanded out that way.
Now, I know Duck River Electric is right there. Does it make it exclusive for TUA to have to come up there, or would they be able to use Duck River Electric? You have any idea on that? That's who provides to the park.
That sounds like a question about the new law that we don't understand well yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Does anyone know the answer to that question? I used to know something about, so like on electric service, when piece of property's annexed, how does that impact the, if there's already like, you know, rural power at a location and we annex in there, how does that affect TUA? Do you remember the answer to that? Or do you know the answer to that?
I don't want to speak.
That's fine, that's fine. I wasn't trying to put you on the spot, but if you happen to know, we can find out the answer to that, but I don't think it, from the city's perspective, it doesn't really affect us because it becomes a utility authority question, but yeah.
This is pretty much me taking a gamble on paying you guys property taxes for a few years.
Yeah.
If something comes through.
To have services that you would like to have, yeah.
Well,
appreciate that.
I don't really see a problem if the city's not going to have to front any development cost of this, and we are able to grab some tax dollars as well. It's always beneficial.
Yeah. I get complaints about that all the time from the staff. Like, We have too many nonprofits not paying property tax, so. All right.
Any other discussions on this item? No? All right, let's vote on it. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
HostMy provides modern phone systems with mobile integration, HIPAA-ready business texting, and digital faxing solutions. More importantly, we offer dedicated U.S.-based support, transparent billing, and unparalleled reliability. Call 931-581-4411 today and partner with the best.
Hi, my name is Ringo, here at Barkview Senior Living. They're human-friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Barkview. A Parkview Senior Living. For your dog's best friend, you.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. Yeah, you didn't turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong. Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old. But I am a camping influencer. You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fella in our surrounding area here who's doing a lot of great work with Recovery Court, and that's Alan Burnett. He's the director of the Recovery Court in this area, and in Coffee County particularly. And on June 13th, there was a night honoring Alan, and the evening was called Being Present, the gift that changes lives. And that's what Alan does by the work he does. And we've got a little video showing how they honored Alan on that evening. So we wanted to play that for you.
Y'all know what we're here for. And I think you got him pretty good. His statement is always be present. But this time, being present as a gift of love. I've always believed that you give people their flowers while they're living, not when they're spread out. Not when they can't hear them. That's always been my thing. So I know for Alan, I've only been working with him since July of last year, and I have learned a whole lot. Alan doesn't do very good with compliments. So when people tell him, hey, thank you for, if I hadn't seen you or gone through recovery, I would have changed my life, whatever, and he'll holler, no, it's not because of me, it's because of you. But it really is because of you.
And I've had the honor of knowing Alan, I feel like, since our beginning, Alan, when we first came in, and stupid me asked Alan to speak to some youth sitting in some bleachers, and Alan was brand new in his recovery, and and have him sit up there and stand in front of people and talk, and he was still part of recovery court, and he couldn't do it. But it was in him. So he said, I'll get up there in the bleachers and talk to him. And that was just the beginning. Eric remembers this day as well. When Alan came in, and I share this story so much because it is our love story. And then afterwards, I asked Alan, if he would stay and eat lunch with us. And he did. I think I could, is that better? Thank you. Yeah, that's better. And I got a big mouth. Don't say yes, Alan. Okay, so Alan came in there, and it was just laid on my heart that day to tell him that God had him anointed for something else, so much more. And I asked him, and I said, Alan, what are you doing? He said, I lay brick. I think, what do I need to lay brick for? I always got a plan on down the road. I always got a plan. And then I just listened to him, and he talked to me about how he laid brick, and he had such passion about that. Such passion about doing that, and to talk about all his family that had done it. And I said, but God's got something else on you. And he just looked at me, and I thought, oh, Lord, don't let this man think I'm crazy. But he didn't. He didn't, and he started sharing about the MRT program and how he had been part of that in recovery court. And then it was, at that time, I knew he had been called to do something to help and serve others. So it's probably 6 months later. Alan, you fix me anywhere I mess up, because our love story gets long now because we get older. But Alan came and he taught the MRT program, and that's where I saw the beginning in him. The beginning. Oh, the power that he had to touch those kids that came in there. The power not only to touch them, to share their stories, and to go around that table. Y'all, anybody raise your hand if you've ever seen him teach an MRT class? All right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, but back in the day, he's like, you shuck it and jive. You can't shuck and jive me. I done been there. Alan done it so well that there were kids that later on, when he started building them up, they wanted to come and teach, and he would let them. And they looked like little Allens everywhere. They'll be shucking and jiving. They'd be trying to be shucking and jiving, and they wanted to be like him. That's an honor. That's a compliment, Alan, when people want to be like you. It really is.
I grew up here in Winchester with Alan. Alan was a star athlete. All the kids, we watched Alan as young people. We always wanted to be like Alan. Always. Dress fresh, talk fresh. He could finesse. He had hair, and hair. We always wanted to be like that. And Alan and I lost contact over the years, but when I moved back to Franklin County to work for the reentry program, we ran into each other again. It was actually Tabitha that introduced us to each other. Tabitha and I become friends because I was in the MMA world. And she saw an opportunity to come and talk to children and introduced me to MRT, and then Alan kind of kicked the door in and explained to me, man, the shucking and jiving, they do so much. Those kids, they loved you and were terrified of you at the same time, which was a good thing. You do have a whole preacher vibe, so I think that you're not in you still have a piece of your calling you need to walk into. Amen. And so that ain't my business right now, but that is my business right now. But that was how we got reconnected, and by the grace of God, an opportunity came. I moved to Nashville. Alan moved into some different work, but the Certified Peer Recovery Specialist is what really kicked it into full effect. So if you don't know what a certified peer is, it's people with lived experience that are willing to tell their story. The certification comes from you getting out in the community and telling who you are, what you've been through, and how you survived. And that is the power in narrative. That is a biblical journey. That's what carries us traditionally, humanity, to the next generation, is we tell what happened and how we overcame. You know, and Eric, I know Eric's a pastor. One of the most powerful pieces of church on any given Sunday, worship service, is testimony service. And Alan is a unique master at telling his story in the most country accent that you've ever heard. But we were put together in that first CDR's class. And so I was one of the people in that class. We were recruited to work as a government resource in a project called Lifeline. They put a bunch of us together. We ran into each other again in Nashville, like, what are you doing here? So, what are you doing here? And they put us in a course together. And what we did is we actually reimagined how peers worked. Because before us, they had people that were a little still timid to tell their story. And they put us, two boys from Winchester, took a kid from off top of the mountain, Dave Hodges, put us all in a room together with people from all over Tennessee. And we started putting it on a map. Like, this is what freedom from addiction looks like. This is what freedom from life control issues looks like. And this is how we take the past and use it as a catalyst to push us forward.
A lot of people hear that me and Alan are brothers. And we get those looks like, kind of like probably, I assume, Ms. Tabitha, when she said, that's my ex-husband. But see, honestly, it really does go a lot deeper than I could even put into words. But I myself am an individual in long-term recovery. I was out there chucking and jiving, right? Pretty much burn all the bridges, connections to my family. But see, it was the power of Alan. When he was early on, the project was early on, going and sharing about resources and navigation models and concepts to the Anti-Drug Coalition at the time, Kay Cooley. It kind of gave insight on helping people get to treatment. Now, I'd like to say that it took at that moment, but it did. It took a little bit more bumping heads and things like that. But long story short, Alan was there from the get-go. See, Alan's taught me many lessons along this journey of life. And one thing he always taught me was, without vision, I'm going to perish. So my vision, my word, I like to have words for each year, and my words for 26 is investment. Now, I get it. We hear investment, and many times we might think, where's my pocketbook? They want money, right? But see, Alan taught me more about investment. The guidance, the leadership, the mentorship, the being present point. See, he started the journey way back in 2013 in my life, when I was out chucking and jiving and really wasn't there to hear the message. But see, his consistency, he stayed with me through that journey.
This time when I was out in Vegas, I did get an opportunity to go out to the west end part of the Grand Canyon and, you know, see that, be a part of that. I also got to see Hoover Dam up close and personal. But that time back in 1993, Mom, you remember when I went in there? Me and Gillis honeymoon? At that point in time, back then, I was a person that was under the influence. And I stayed under the influence a lot. So I really didn't know a whole lot of what I was doing out there besides staying intoxicated and playing the little slot machines. But this couple months ago when I was out in Vegas, I had walked out of the conference right after I had just spoke, and just decompressing and everything, and something said, look up. So I'm looking up and I'm, you know, just viewing the mountains and everything that's surrounding where I was standing. And all of a sudden, my eyes got fixed on this building that stood out there alone, and it was high. And I zoomed in, and I was like, no way. So that building that I zoomed in on was Palace Station, and that's where I had stayed at whenever I was out in Vegas. And I was thinking that, you know, how crazy is it that, you know, this time, you know, back in 1993, I was a person that was under the influence. And look at how everything that I've been through and everything that I've endured through the years of how it's landed me here or there at that point in time, to be able to speak about what I've been through and encourage other people to step up, be present, not just for the little people, the kids, because the little kids need somebody, but also there's kids that's locked up inside of full-grown adults that needs to be rescued. And I just feel like that once that child right there is rescued, just like myself, you know, a lot of the things that I do is, you know, it's because of my lived experience. But I feel like that if we can rescue that child that's locked up inside of that adult, it's gonna make the difference for those lives.
That's right.
This place, where you grew up, where your memories were made, and where your dreams were born, where your neighbors stop to say hello, and where you're always welcome to stay a while, where your Fridays are spent under the lights, and where Saturdays are made for the water, where you can feel good about a hard day's work and take pride in a job well done, where small business makes a big impact, and home is always a sight for sore eyes. And where the best things in life, well, the best things in life are the little things. Tullahoma Utilities Authority, power in community.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
For over 40 years, family-owned Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration is the name you can trust for residential and commercial HVAC installation, maintenance, and repair. As we transition to our next generation of leadership, the Stroop team is committed to providing your indoor comfort needs. We at Stroop's emphasize excellence in everything we do with certified technicians, 24/7 emergency service, and free estimates. Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
It's time for Jawing with Jackie.
Hey, Jackie.
How's everybody?
Hi. Doing good. What about you?
If I was any better, I couldn't stand it.
What you got to jaw about?
Oh, a little bit of everything. We got some events coming up. You know about the one, the Juneteenth one. And you probably know more about that one than I do.
No, we hadn't had anybody on this year about
Haven't?
Juneteenth. I don't know why they hadn't shown up.
It's
They
still the
usually
19th,
do.
is that
Yeah.
correct? June
Yeah.
19th.
The 19th, which is right here at us, yeah. And anyway, there's some other events coming up celebrating the 250th anniversary of our nation.
That's right.
And coming up very soon, and so there's a lot of things going on or getting ready to happen, should I
Right.
say.
We
And,
had the 150th birthday of our anniversary of our church this weekend.
Well, and I've got a similar thing, and in fact, this is what I've been working on all week, pretty much, or last several days, working on my church history, trying to get that updated, and some history that had gotten separated from something. Anyway, I found the original. I found Miss Peggy Duffcutt, remember?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Peggy Duffcutt, she was so
She's
sweet.
the one. That's the one I was trying to remember her name. It used to come on and point that finger at me, and she'd say, "John Gray, you know better than that."
Yeah, she's
She
good.
kept me in line, boy.
Peggy's good. Well, she's kept us all in line over the years, you know.
Yeah.
And Peggy was such a sweet lady and historical. She just loved.
Yes, she did.
Keep up with history. I remember when I was in high school and played high school basketball, we would get out more, and after a ball game, you want to see what you did. You don't know what you did out there on the court, but she'd always have her nice write-up, and about in the newspaper about what happened at our ball games and everything, and so
Good.
And all that is it had an article, news of colored in area.
Yes.
Anyway, but she kept up with us, so, and it was a good thing, because I could look back now. I've had old articles I could go back and reflect on, and of course I haven't seen one of those articles in years. But
yeah,
you want to know what you did. Jackie Duncan made 14 points, during the game.
All right.
Stole the ball 12 times, No, I'm just kidding. I'm building that up. But anyway, I'm been working on my church history, our association history, and we've all got about over 150 years,
right?
To celebrate that. I'm
That's wonderful.
trying to pull together in my last days.
Get people to come home, have a homecoming.
Oh, that would be nice.
It was fun. It was fun. We had a great lot of people show up.
Sure. Well, that was good.
Very good. Very good.
Well, it's always good to come together and old times like that. And
and our whole choir got together and sang.
We're thinning out.
Yeah, we are.
We're not as strong as we used to be.
Well, I tell you what, you keep working on that and give us a better report next time.
I'll do that.
About what y'all are going to do, and we got to say goodbye right now, and that's what we're going to do. Have a great time. Be kind to everybody you touch. See you next time.